Being here, a good start to the week. What questions you have?
Going against the Giants, being a heavy favorite, they're going to hear all week about how they're supposed to win. Any concern about that? And do you try to do anything to kind of counteract that?
We're excited to get back to work. We had a good week. I think our guys made the most of the week. Different guys, different things. We had some rest. Player-wise, we also had a bunch of guys training and working and getting ready for what's ahead. We have a 4-game season in front of us right now. This is the season as we begin. It kind of begins now. The season is important to determine, the important outcomes for the rest of the way. That's what we're focused on. So we're going to be focused on this game, put everything we've got into it, and then we'll go from there.
John, we obviously all reported about the statement on Deontay Johnson last week. But is there a path for him to be back with the team after the suspension?
I think the statement said that there'd be no further comment on that, so we'll just kind of leave it at that, and we'll see where it goes as time permits.
Does the suspension include practice as well?
I think I just said what it says. It's a suspension this week, right? That's what it is. Suspension. Oh, you mean suspension? There's no practice during suspensions. Yeah, that's how suspensions work.
Is that it? Anyone? All right.
Great, thanks. All right, good seeing everybody. Yeah, awesome.
Jeff.
John, bigger picture. Okay with the buy-in in the locker room in terms of roles and all that, or is that just always a challenge in individual situations?
I think we've been doing great. I mean, we got guys that are out there playing heck hard. You talking about the receiver room? Is that what you're talking about?
Not just receiver room, I was talking about Eddie Jackson and Marcus Williams and
guys have been professional. They work hard. Guys want to play, and it's based on opportunity. It's based on performance. It's based on need. All those things. Our locker room has been fantastic. Guys have been working hard. You saw the way they practiced out here today. So I'm really happy. You see how hard they play every single week. We're in a great place, and I love our guys.
John, do you have any update on Deontay Harvey's injury situation?
No, I have no update on that.
John, how pleased are you? You've had just about everyone on the practice field. You had the bye week. You talked about some of the guys that time off could help. You feel good about where your team is health-wise now?
I do. I feel great about where our team is at. I mean, we had almost everybody, all but one guy out there today. He's dealing with a hamstring, so he'll be day-to-day going into the game. We'll see if he can make it to the game. And the rest of the guys out there practicing fast and good and excited for what's in front of us. Really happy with where we're at and can't wait to see what we do over the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks into the playoffs.
John, I know week 14 bye is probably a little unusual, but did you feel like it came at the right time for maybe a little reset, or would you have liked to kind of keep it going?
It might have. I mean, I'm happy with where it's at. You take it, it's like any circumstance, you take it as you find it, but I can find a lot of positives in it being this past week. It felt like it was at the right time. I think it's an opportunity really for us to really kind of just heal up and freshen up and continue to get stronger. I mean, we want to play our best football right now. That's what we're really focusing on doing. Everything else is just sideshow. Everything else is just a distraction. None of it's important. What's important is our football. The football, getting the football right, playing our best football that we're capable of playing. Everybody locked in for that. That's what it's really all about. Nothing else matters. Everything else is just static.
John, speaking of health, how close Michael Pierce to being able to come back? And I know you've got some time in his window.
He practiced full today. So. Yeah.
And then Travis Jones as well.
He practiced full today too.
So
yep.
Having those guys back, how much does that help that interior?
Oh, it's huge. Those guys are great players. I mean, those guys are game wreckers inside. Those guys being ready to go, being 100% is a possibility for us, a massive possibility. Two massive guys playing massively good football. That's the idea inside in the trenches there. These games are going to be won in the trenches. That's where it's going to start. So that's what we want to do. We want those guys out there doing what they do.
John, I know with 3 games in 11 days, you're trying to scout as much as possible ahead. Were you able to do even some self? I know a lot of times in your bye week you do a lot of self-scouting as well. Were you able to do that, or was it more focused as coaches looking ahead?
Oh, it's focused on all that. I mean, the self-scouting is part of it because you want to understand how people see you, and how they're going to game plan against you. You try to do that as you go. We do a really good job of that as we go. But I also think a chance to really kind of take a deep dive and then plan going forward. The players, they focus on the rest. The coaches, they get to work on all these things. And it's very comprehensive. Everything that has to do with the next 4 weeks and past that is what we're looking at in terms of finding ways to make plays, score points, get stops. All the different things we can do, keep people off balance, create problems for our opponents, put our players in position to make plays. I mean, those are the things that we're trying to find, turn over every stone that we can along those lines and see what we can come up with, and that's what we did.
John, you said Justin Tucker was going to have to figure his things out. Have you talked to him since you returned, and where does his head seem to be at?
I talked to him. He's in a great place. Yeah, he's in a great place.
John, during the bye week, did you have a chance to watch the first episode of Hard Knocks at all?
I did not. I will say, like, we do get home at night. Usually we work pretty late at night. Don't get a lot of TV watching time, as a football, in this football coaching world during the season. So there were a couple of shows I got caught up on, but that wasn't one of them. So I hate to, is that them right there? Sorry, guys. I mean, I was there. I know what happened already. I didn't have to see it. So, I watched Yellowstone, man. I'm fired up to see Yellowstone back.
Do you plan to watch?
Do I plan to watch? I don't know. We'll see.
All right.
We'll see how it goes, If it's a good story, if it's yeah.
I do want to ask, with the key stretch coming up, what's been your message to the team, or do you feel like you've even had to say anything, like you guys kind of know what it is?
I pretty much shared most of it with you already, through the press conference. I mean, guys know, but we try to speak it. We're all trying to be on the same page, but this is our opportunity, and it's about the football. Let's go play our best football. We're in a good place. We got a bunch of great players, a bunch of great coaches. We got some tough opponents in front of us, starting with the Giants on Sunday, and let's go see what we're all about.
All right.
All right, thanks.